Hello. This afternoon we're talking with Judy in her apartment at Pinckney Hill Commons about her adventures, her work life, her prior place that she was living, how some family roused her out of sleep and said, get in line and try and get in this wonderful new housing going in Westchester, and just some stories related to that.
I'm really happy to be here. I believe that this project here is definitely a godsend for me and my family. We have lived in, well, first let me say I was born and raised in Westchester. I know the opportunities that are available to kids that grow up in this community. So I decided to try to stay as long as I could. It got to a point where it was difficult. It was a 5-person family, myself and my husband, 3 children, living in a 2-bedroom condo. Just for my kids to be able to stay in Westchester Area School District. My 14-year-old is on the spectrum.
And he was already plugged into some great services through the school district, right?
Yes, so he was attending CCIU, as well as it was being coordinated through Westchester Area School District. And he was just, he was just in a good place. I was seeing progress with him. I didn't want to make a tremendous change in living situation.
And where do you and your husband work?
He's in management and storeroom support. And I'm in customer engagement. I'm customer engagement specialist.
What was it like living in your condo, other than just the condo space itself? You were further from town, and
yeah, so definitely I was further from town. There was not a lot for the kids to do. You know, when you live in those big apartment complexes, for me, with my anxiety with my kids, I like to keep my kids close. So just the idea of my kids at such a young age going outside and playing in all these apartment buildings and just thinking like, oh my goodness, anything could happen. I'd never find them. So I had those fears, which limited what I allowed them to do outside. And then we came here, and it was just like my son could just walk right across the parking lot to the basketball court, which was another huge thing. Because basketball has been his thing since he's been big enough to hold a basketball.
His connection.
Yeah, that connection. So when we moved here in that basketball court, and he stayed there, the first night was awesome. He was out on that basketball court all night long.
That is just wonderful to hear.
Yep.
And now your daughter has just talked you into, I'm going to go outside and play with the other kids, Mom. And there are moms sitting out there and some other kids playing. So that's a wonderful thing, too.
It's a very nice neighborhood. I've met a lot of the families through just our kids playing together. And everybody is kind of like, I think we're all on the same page, too. Yeah. We all love it here.
Feel some relief?
Yeah. For me, a lot of relief.
Yeah.
Because it's like when you're juggling, you know, you want to do right by your family, right? And you're like, okay, I could get something cheaper, and maybe I can afford to get them these nicer things that they want. Or I can stay here, and they can go to a good school and have a good future. And it's like these things that you have to choose between. It doesn't seem like you should have to, but those are the situations that I was in, and this made it so much better.
Well, I'm really glad to hear that. That's wonderful. So for the people who are not sitting here in your lovely living room, tell the folks about what your unit is like, what it's like to live here.
Yes, beautiful, clean. I mean, the cabinets, perfect color. We had a ball decorating, and it just in this living room, because it was woosah. It was just exhaling all day, every day.
Yeah.
So.
And that's really the way you want your life to be. And as you said, you feel as if your neighbors are in the same kind of boat, that you talk with people and they feel happy as well to be here. I've noticed buses going by and that sort of thing when I've been by the area. Is it pretty easy for folks to get to where they work? Do most people have maybe a car and they're dealing with just one?
Great question.
Yeah.
So because that's the situation that we're in, my husband and I. So because he's in Exton, I'm in Malvern. I'm not on the bus route really, but he is.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'll drive, and then he catches the bus. It's easy. The bus thing is right outside.
Yeah.
So when we used to live in Goshen Valley, he would have to catch 2 buses. He only has to catch 1 now.
Okay.
So that's
a win.
Yeah, win.
That's a win. That's a great win. So how about your plan for the next few years? You're just gonna continue enjoying this? You feel as if this is a really good
Yeah, I want to, for sure. I want my kids to have consistency. So I want them to grow and get through school. Then we'll see what comes next. Like I, of course, would love to be in a position to buy a house. But I also don't want to keep moving them from place to place. I want them to have some stability. And this is, I think, the perfect environment to do it. Just trying to keep them safe, healthy,
right,
and growing, because they are our future, right? It's a really nice community. I mean, the people, I haven't met anybody that would make me feel uneasy or nervous or not want to be around them.
Well, that's really good to hear.
Mm-hmm.
So what would you say to other families living or working in this area, somewhere in Westchester, and trying to figure out about places to live? Get their name in and try?
Yeah, definitely try.
I mean, this is full right now, correct?
Yeah. Definitely try. I mean, I think it's worth getting your name on that list. I'm glad that I had family members in my corner that were pushing me to get up and get out here.
Yeah. And do you know of any other housing in Westchester that if you met somebody in your circumstance who wanted somewhere to live and you guys, this place is full, what would you recommend to them? Or do you just recommend people understand there is not enough?
There's not enough. Because I can't think of anywhere. I mean, we were in Goshen Valley for at least 5 years.
Yeah.
Because there's just not enough. And it's not that, I don't think it's that we want something that is dirt cheap. Like, I pay a nice size rent.
Yeah.
It's just a little bit more affordable for our situation.
Right.
We're just like everybody else, everyday working people. We go to work. My shift is 10 to 6, 30.
Yeah. Thank you so much for talking with us.
You're welcome. Thank you.